Yeah.
Girl, wow.
You know what? We went through, I feel like I had to bond with this thing because I knew that this thing was living in my body, and it had to be a whole bunch of them as long as it was. And I knew that I was aiding and abetting this type of environment for this piece of shit to live in me. And I was getting up. Yeah, I realized we had a psychic bond because through a law of attraction, I had attracted this shit up in my ass.
That's right.
All through my body. And I knew I was getting up every day craving Laura Doom cookies, and I would eat a whole box of Laura Doom cookies every day, Cheetos, potato chips. I was craving the sugar, and I was never like this. I knew my spirit told me I had worms, and I started to dream about them. And so I knew that was my spirit giving me a sign that I had them. And then I had like the thick coating on my tongue. I had the bad yeast, really bad yeast, and I knew it was because I was feeding the yeast, and I was feeding the parasites. I guess about 3 months ago, right after I did my TV show pilot, shot it here in Atlanta. Girl, I was laying in my bed, I'm not lying to you, and it felt like a snake was swimming through my stomach.
Wow.
And I felt it swim. It's like something swimming. Girl, shit had never happened to me in my life, and it scared. I was like, I just felt like something swimming, like a snake. And when I went to sleep, I dreamt it, and when I got up, the sun went back, and I saw it. So when I saw it, a lot of people would be like screaming or running for a flood. But first I looked down. A lot of people don't look down. Girl, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I screamed for my son to get up out of his sleep and come here. I was like, would you come here? Come here. And he was like, what? And I said, I want you to see this. I want you to see what I'm going through, because if this happened to me, this will happen to you. And if it ever happens to you, I said, first I want you to start to recognize this, because a lot of black people don't see this and they don't recognize it. So I actually picked it up. I actually wrapped some paper around. Sometimes we wrap the paper around it and pick it up. And when I picked it up, I stood there. Or is this grossing you out? Because I don't want to go if it's making you, is this grossing you out?
I see this every day. Go ahead, baby.
That's what I want people to know, and I want you to elaborate on this. It's white. It's really, it has no color. It looks like spaghetti. And when I held it up, sometimes just held it up and just be still. Girl, I had a thing. That thing was limp, like it was like a limp piece of spaghetti, like it was dead. That fucker started goddamn talking and moving and opening his jaw, started clicking his mouth and shit. Like he had a club hook on his damn mouth. And started swirling his head around, looking up at me, fucking with me. I said, do you see this shit? Girl, I wanted to fall out. I said, Vagina power, you did this shit. You better face it, and you better fucking fix it. I stood there, I'm not lying, girl, about 15 minutes just talking to this fucker. Because I'm looking, I'm trying to get into his mind and saying, what makes you live? What did I do to cause you to stay alive and to get so fucking big? And I'm hearing sugar and yeast, all the shit I was doing that I knew I wasn't supposed to do. And I said, okay, this is you letting me know. I felt like that was my spirit letting this happen to let me know that I was killing myself, basically, and going down the wrong path, eating this bullshit every day, and I keep hearing this, you better stop this, you have worms, you have worms, you have worms. Then to see it introduce itself, that's the fucker that was damn swimming that night, introducing damn self. I believe that was him. No,
that's right,
it ain't no him, that's a she, that's a bitch that did that. That's a female worm. That's a female worm. Because they the most powerful. The female worm is.
Oh, that was the spirit working through that worm to work through your now. Work to you. Work through you.
Wake the fuck up. Get your damn self together. You filthy. You are aiding and abetting this. You eating this bullshit, getting boxed of damn cookies and shit. You supposed to be teaching, and you supposed to be healthy and whole for the work you need to do, and you are subjecting yourself. What the fuck is wrong with you? Because I've always been like an exercise freak, but the past few years I've been going through so much stuff that I just hadn't been really in order. Even though I've been giving out this information, it's like, you got to be right. So I feel like that's why that thing introduced itself, and I kept, and my son is looking like, what? Because he was still asleep. And then he woke up while he was waking up, while he was seeing this, and I said, am I moving? Because I tried to be really, really stiff. And then I started seeing it move. I said, is this thing moving? Is it me? He said, no, Mama. I said, come here, because I want you to look at this. That was that thing. And then it like it was laying dead, like it wasn't moving. But the longer I stood there, girl, those things move really, really fucking fast. They're really quick on their feet. Those things are smart, and they're sharp, and they're predators, and they're parasites. So when I heard what it was saying, the starch, the sugar, the low oxygen in your bowel, the lack of water, you're not eating any roughage, you're eating all of this white flour, you're eating all this dead stuff, so you have no oxygen in your bowel. This is what we feed on, and immediately I just went into action. I went to 7-9, and I started getting my parasite cleaners, and I started getting my wormwood tea, and I would drink. One of my other friends that's a herbalist was saying every day on an empty stomach, drink 8 ounces of wormwood tea before you put anything in your stomach. So, and I just stopped eating sugar, cold turkey, anything. I stopped eating because I was eating the French fries every day, too. So I noticed I was doing this stuff. I was just craving, because I love starch and the potatoes. I had to really go cold turkey. And when I was craving it, and then I started doing a lot of enemas. So when I do them, I get on the floor, I get on my knees. Well, I don't know if I should tell them this. Maybe I should tell you this in private. I don't want anybody to duplicate this. But I would get your opinion on this, because I don't think it might be good for anybody else to do, okay? I would put the warm water, like in the enema tube, is not hot, but I like mine warm. I thought I can't really move with ice-cold water. Like
warm is good.
I like the warm.
Warm is good.
It just make my ass feel better, man. I'm lubricating with warm water. It's
good.
Something spiritual about it. I think I got a little addiction to this.
I do too, Alexyss. Don't worry about it.
So when I lube up, I use the castor oil, but then I'll get on my, like, ass up, head down, but then I'll get on the bathtub. Okay, like, I put my feet on the bathtub so that my hands are on the floor. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
And then I kind of squat like I'm getting ready to do a push-up. So
I see it.
Yeah, I bend down, and then I actually lift my leg, like 1 foot at a time, up in the air, like up towards the shower rod. So you see what I'm saying? So I'm going straight down at an angle, head down to the floor. Yes. And I'll then lift the other leg up, and I'll stay in that position to drive all the water, like, down to my chest. And then I'll get up.
That's wonderful.
I get up, and then I'll bend over, and then I'll sit on the toilet, and I start massaging, like, deep, like go up in the diaphragm where that hole is. I start kneading and digging in there, and I knead and dig all around my sides, up underneath my rib cage, go down to my pelvis, and I start digging, and I lift my leg up on the bathtub. I, like, jack them up like a pelvic exam, like a pap smear.
Yes.
That's how I do mine.
Yes. That sounds wonderful, and it sounds like that you've really gotten a chance to kind of get into it with your own body and feel where that water is going, and feel where you have the blockages in your bowel, and get to massaging it, and it makes it come out. I've gotten to the point where I can feel the blockages in myself and in people, and start massaging that area, and it will come on out. And that's wonderful. The enemas are wonderful.
Find somebody. I mean, I might be comfortable with you. It's like before I find somebody, I felt like I needed. It was my responsibility, because I'm teaching about this stuff, and I know that my body is really, really sensitive, and I can't eat hot dogs, hamburgers. I can't eat sugar every day. Unfortunately, I see people eat that stuff. It don't bother them. That they work out, they look good and shit. That stuff takes me down. It was like
that's the devil. That's the devil. White sugar is the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, especially for black women. The candida, the yeast, it's disgusting. It fattens us up. It messes with your brain, with your function, your brain function, your clarity, all that mess up in you. If you're not cleaned out, it messes with your entire mind. And I hear a lot of people saying, well, you know, you only got one life to live. Go ahead and eat whatever you want to eat and all this kind of mess. No, that's ridiculous. What a give up kind of attitude. We want to be on this planet to live to our fullest potential. Whatever we're trying to do, whatever seeds we want to plant in our lives, what we want to create, we want it to come to fruition, and we want to be clear. Right? Okay.
I'm sharing a story because, you know, I wanted people to know it's like, and it's really a spirit too. It's a vibration, because when I was looking at that thing, and I was like, I'm going to kill your goddamn ass. You know, you a filthy son of a bitch. You done invaded me like this, and I know, too, I was eating out places. I was eating a lot of microwave food, and I saw those things, girl, are fucking airborne. If you're in a filthy house, you got a lot of dust in the house, those parasites can be in dust. So when you sweep, you'll kick them motherfuckers up, and they will get in your lungs and start breathing in your lungs and will travel to your digestive tract. Girl, them things, so it does, and then sex, you sucking off a nasty motherfucker that got all kind of worms in his